Welcome to Book Therapy. Today we are going to summarize the important non-canonical book called the Testament of Abraham. This book is an apocryphal Jewish text dating to the 1st or 2nd century CE, often classified among the pseudepigrapha. Though not included in the canonical Bible, it holds significance as a rich and imaginative narrative about the final days of the patriarch Abraham. This text explores profound themes such as divine justice, mercy, the inevitability of death, and the human struggle to reconcile righteousness with compassion. It exists in two primary forms, known as the long and short recensions, which differ in detail but maintain the same overarching story. The narrative begins with Abraham, an elderly and devout man renowned for his unwavering faith and righteous life. God, observing that Abraham's time on earth is nearing its end, decides to call him to the afterlife. To convey this decision, God sends the Archangel Michael, who is tasked with informing Abraham of his impending death. Michael approaches Abraham with respect and reverence, but Abraham, upon hearing the news, reacts with resistance. He expresses a reluctance to die, not out of fear, but because he desires to understand the workings of the world and the full scope of God's justice before departing. Moved by Abraham's wish, God grants him a vision of the world. This vision unfolds through a dramatic journey, as Michael takes Abraham on a celestial tour in a chariot of light. From this elevated vantage point, Abraham observes humanity in its fullness, witnessing acts of both great virtue and profound wickedness. He sees the toil, suffering, and moral failings of people, which deeply troubles him. Abraham, a man of compassion, begins to intercede for sinners, pleading with God to show mercy to those who have strayed from the path of righteousness. The narrative becomes increasingly vivid as Abraham encounters symbolic representations of divine judgment. One of the most striking scenes involves the weighing of souls. Abraham observes a great balance, where the deeds of individuals are measured, good deeds on one side and sins on the other. Angels advocate for the souls, while accusers argue against them. This imagery emphasizes the fairness of divine justice, but also highlights its severity. Abraham, moved by the plight of those whose sins outweigh their virtues, continues to argue for leniency, showcasing his deep sense of empathy and his struggle to reconcile God's justice with his own compassion. Throughout the story, Abraham's resistance to death is portrayed not as defiance, but as a desire to understand and align himself with the divine will. His celestial journey serves as a transformative experience, gradually leading him to accept the inevitability of death. Along the way, he encounters figures such as the gatekeeper of heaven and the angel of death, each representing different aspects of the divine order. The angel of death, in particular, is depicted with a complex duality, both as a fearsome figure and as a servant of God's will, whose role is essential to the cosmic balance. Despite his initial reluctance, Abraham eventually comes to terms with his mortality. He accepts his fate with dignity and peace, having gained a deeper understanding of God's justice and mercy. His death is portrayed as a serene and holy transition, with his soul being gently taken by Michael and carried to the heavens. The testament concludes with reflections on the transient nature of human life and the enduring importance of living righteously. The Testament of Abraham stands out among ancient religious texts for its blend of humor, drama, and moral instruction. It presents Abraham as a deeply human figure, righteous yet questioning, compassionate yet grappling with the harsh realities of divine judgment. The text's exploration of themes like the tension between justice and mercy, the mystery of death, and the moral responsibilities of humanity resonates with the broader traditions of Jewish and Christian thought. It offers a compelling vision of the afterlife and a powerful reminder of the ultimate accountability every soul faces before God. Thank you for joining us. For more such videos, please subscribe to Book Therapy.